From the world's emptiest airport that ended up storing rice, to a stadium hidden deep in the Amazon rainforest, from an oversized hotel in one of the least visited countries on Earth, to a science project that burned through billions of dollars without results. Today, we look at some of the world's most failed megaprojects. Number 5. Brazil's Stadium in the Jungle. Brazil hosted the 2014 FIFA World Cup, a dream for a football-obsessed nation. To prepare, the country poured $11 billion into building and renovating 12 stadiums. But like in many World Cup nations, the spectacle came at a steep cost. The most notorious of these projects, the Arena da Amazônia in Manaus. Located in the middle of the Amazon rainforest, the project cost about $250 million and took 4 years to complete. Construction was a logistical nightmare. Many materials had to be shipped all the way from Portugal and then transported up the Amazon River. A 3-week journey that made everything more expensive. And the payoff? Just 4 World Cup matches. After that, the stadium became almost useless. Local clubs don't have the fan base to fill 40,000 seats. Many residents can't afford tickets. Maintenance costs quickly outweighed income. It was briefly reused during the 2016 Olympics, but only for a handful of games. Today, the stadium stands mostly empty, an expensive reminder of money that could have transformed the lives of people in Manaus. Number 4. China's Ghost Cities. China's rapid rise in the 2000s was fueled by a massive construction boom. Entire new cities sprang up almost overnight, many of them designed to house millions. But some of these projects turned into ghost towns. One infamous case is the Xiangyun International Project in Hebei Province. Planned as a city within a city with housing, theme parks, malls, and high-rises, it was valued at $3 billion. Its location seemed ideal, next to a high-speed rail station and subway lines. At first there was excitement. Hundreds of apartments were sold, but in 2014, construction stopped. The developer was investigated, later convicted of corruption, and the company collapsed. By 2017, the government seized the property. Thousands of buyers were left stranded, unable to move in. Today, parts of the site are crumbling. Streets echo with silence, broken only by stray animals. Instead of a thriving new city, Xiangyun became a bizarre tourist attraction, visited by vloggers fascinated by its empty streets and decaying towers. Number 3. The world's emptiest airport. On screen, Mattala Rajapaksa International Airport, Sri Lanka, $210 million. In 2009, Sri Lanka had just ended a brutal civil war. The president promised economic revival and chose his home region, Hambantota, as the centerpiece. With billions in Chinese loans, a new seaport was built. The next step? A brand new international airport in the nearby small town of Mattala. It cost $210 million, $190 million of it borrowed from China. The facility had everything: a modern terminal, a 35-meter control tower, capacity for 1 million passengers a year. But there was one big problem: no demand. Mattala is a town of just 20,000 people, many living in poverty. There were no transport links to attract tourists. By 2014, the airport saw only 3,000 flights and 50,000 passengers. Within a year, losses reached $18 million annually. Wildlife began to outnumber travelers. At one point, 300 soldiers had to be sent in to chase wild animals off the runway. The airport was even used as a rice storage facility to reduce losses. In 2016, Forbes called it the world's emptiest airport. It reopened briefly during the COVID-19 pandemic for repatriation flights, but it's long. Number 2, America's giant failed science project. In the 1980s, the United States wanted to build the most powerful particle accelerator in history, the Superconducting Super Collider, or SSC, near Waxahachie, Texas. It was supposed to outclass every other accelerator, smashing particles together at unprecedented energies to unlock the secrets of the universe. Plans called for an 87-kilometer underground tunnel, one of the largest excavations ever attempted. Costs were initially set at $4.4 billion. But as with many megaprojects, the budget spiraled out of control. By 1992, costs hit $9 billion. By 1993, they were projected at $11 billion. Meanwhile, only 22 kilometers of tunnel had been dug. Critics argued the money could be better spent elsewhere, like NASA's new International Space Station. Support eroded, and in 1993 the project was officially canceled. $2 billion had already been spent. The half-built tunnels were flooded to preserve them. Meanwhile, Europe forged ahead, and, in 2008, completed the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland at a fraction of the cost. The SSC remains a symbol of overambition, an $11 billion dream that collapsed before it produced a single result. Number 1. The world's most useless hotel. North Korea is not exactly known for tourism, yet in the 1980s, driven by rivalry with South Korea, it began building what was meant to be the tallest hotel in the world, the Ryugyong Hotel in Pyongyang. At 330 meters, the pyramid-shaped tower was supposed to open in time for the 1989 World Festival of Youth. But construction problems delayed the project. Then the Soviet Union collapsed, cutting off financial support. By 1992, the shell of the building stood complete, but with no windows, no interior, no future. For 16 years, it loomed over Pyongyang as a hollow concrete skeleton. In 2008, an Egyptian company added glass panels and LEDs, spending another $180 million. But political isolation and lack of funds meant the interior was never finished. Today, experts estimate completing the hotel would cost over $2 billion, around 5% of North Korea's entire GDP. Locals call it the Tower of Doom. Once a propaganda symbol, it now stands as the tallest unoccupied building on Earth, an empty monument to wasted ambition. These projects remind us how easily ambition can turn into excess, how megaprojects meant to inspire can end up abandoned, forgotten, or worse, ridiculed. Narrated by Jenny.